And we are live a little late, but uh, we still here, baby. Art for change. Yes, sir. Therapeutic Thursdays. Mississippi Sexual. I am your host and my co-host.
Hey, you already know it's your boy DU, cause that's all you gotta motherfucking do. Hey, yeah, we late, but you can't rush greatness. Come on now, y'all know
Can't rush, can't rush
that.
greatness. That's right. Hey, man, and we got some guests in the building tonight. We got Montana Cobain. And we got Mad Hatter Marshall. What's up, fellas? How y'all fellas doing tonight?
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
What's up, family? What's up?
What's
I,
happening?
I,
What's happening? What's happening?
I'm feeling good this week. It's almost Friday, so it'd be bittersweet. It's what is it? It's pre-weekend right now. It'd be bittersweet
Free
because
weekend. It is free weekend, isn't it?
yeah, it's pre-weekend. But like I feel like Friday be the longest day when you're working. It's like man, I can't wait to get off tomorrow. Like I'm already tired for work tomorrow. I'm already
He
tired.
said, I'm already tired. You look tired
Uh,
tonight. Did you get some sleep last night, B? You look tired, Pop.
yeah. Oh yeah, I had a long yesterday because I was at the theme park.
You was at the park. Yeah, man. Tell us about it, man.
Um, so everybody know I've been working on what is it, Epic Universe, and
For the listeners who don't know, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
For the first time listeners,
yeah, Epic Universe is like the biggest theme park in Florida actually right now. That it took us about 4 years to build. So I I I built it. So, but yesterday I went there as a guest, which in my it was a whole different mindset actually. So it was an experience, bro. Because when I go there, it's like I'm there as an employee. But when you go as a guest, you're waiting in line to ride rides, and like you're experiencing what everybody else is experiencing for the first time. So it felt different. Like I say, I'm there every day, but yesterday it felt different.
How's
being
it
a
And
feel?
consumer, being a
uh,
consumer there versus, you know what I'm saying, being an employee there, I can imagine that is a different feeling for sure.
yeah, so yeah, and hey, that reminded me. I don't like waiting in lines. Actually, I need therapy about that. I don't like waiting in lines, and and the lines weren't that long either. It was like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and I don't like crazy roller coasters. Like I like my feet to stay on the ground. So I rode like the kiddie stuff. Yeah, all that. I rode the kiddie stuff or something slow, like all the stuff that we built. Because other companies built stuff there too, but I rode the small stuff and the kiddie stuff, and it was an experience to show people who's never been there, and I can point out like, look what I did, or look what I was involved with. Look what I did. I did that. I did that. My team did that, and all that. Oh, we got a full squad today. Okay. Hey, Kay. Hey, what's up, buddy? All right. He's up.
So what?
I
What
said,
up,
what's up,
guys?
buddy? How your week been so far?
Man, I cannot complain. Nobody,
Okay.
nobody want to hear it anyway.
Oh yeah, I know that's right.
Shit, life. I keep my life off the podcast,
No, okay. I got it. I got it. All
but
right.
it is.
Uh,
Just
all right. Kunta. Oh, Kunta in here too.
what
What up?
up,
What up?
B?
What up,
What's up,
Kunta?
AK?
Man, hey, you made my night, baby. Yo, that's a surprise for me for the year. And
Kunta, how your week been? I know you had a long day today. Like we
that
spoke
bitch do
earlier.
say Kunda.
Yep, it sure does. My
Nah,
week,
man.
it's been pretty good. No
Okay.
complaints either.
Hey, you took your nap?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, okay. All right, Marshall. How was your week, Marshall? And your Thursday so far?
Productive. I've been doing a lot this week.
Okay.
making a lot of advancements in things.
Okay, yeah, I like your. I seen you sent me a little setup earlier. I like that setup. You trying to do some big shit. I see it.
I'm trying to do big stuff in the darkness.
I feel that. Hey, Montana.
Yo,
Hey, how was your week so far?
I had an up and down week, but at the end of the day, I'm making the best of
Okay, you had a productive week.
Somewhat.
Somewhat productive.
Still breathing, still living, still walking, still talking. So I guess you could say I did.
Okay. All right, Mister. How
Had
your
a
week
blessed
been,
week.
brother?
Had a blessed week. You know what I'm saying? Been smooth and sailing since Monday, brother. You know me, baby. As long as the good Lord with me up on this side of earth, man, it's all good.
Yeah. All right. So, we're about to get into some therapy, a little bit of therapy.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So,
So tonight topics. I don't mean to
you said,
cut you off, but tonight topics we got dealing with a love losing a loved one. We're going to talk about the importance of resilience and the importance of boundaries. So without further ado, let's kick these fellas.
all right. So with the first topic, you said, how do y'all handle like your first response of like losing a loved one? Like, how do y'all handle it? Like, how do you cope?
Matt, how do you cope with losing a loved one, brother?
Anger,
Anger.
anger, mad at
It's
the
a form.
world, at everything, mad
It's
at
a
the
form of
world,
grief.
mad at the world, mad at everything. When I lost my grandfather, I signed up to go straight to Iraq to take a deployment to Iraq to go pick up to go get to go pick off more cowboys than pick up to go pick off more cowboys than Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Oh man. Hey, I'm in Dallas. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dallas fans.
Oh yeah, you are in Dallas. Yeah.
I did not say it.
And then while I was there, I got close with some ICOs. Those are Iraqi correctional officers and stuff. And one of them was an 18-year-old that was getting, I guess, too westernized for their liking. So they ended up killing him, his whole family, and taking his insides out and turning him into a bomb, from what I was told.
Oh
And
my
that's
goodness.
why, and he used to thread my eyebrows, and that's why I've never got my eyebrows threaded again.
Huh. I know that shit.
Whoa.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't expect
Is
that.
that well, what's that little term? That escalated quickly.
Yeah, buddy.
All right,
um
so I,
what about you, Montana?
I gotta keep
Do
up.
you want to give him the question again?
No, I heard the question. The way I cope with losing a loved one, man, I cope in many different ways. Sometimes I turn to alcohol, sometimes I turn to marijuana. Um, it it depends on the way I lost the loved one. I'm not going to incriminate myself or nothing like that. But what I'm saying, if it's foul play, then what's understood don't need to be explained. Um,
Right.
but if it's losing, like like man had to just say, losing a grandfather. In 2023, I lost my big brother, and that was a very hard pill to swallow because our last conversation that we had, he was like, I'm living my life vicariously through you, and I'm proud of you. And then a week, 2 weeks later, he's gone. The way I cope with that was just I turned to the bottle, and it was crazy that I turned to the bottle because that's what killed him. Um, I turned to the bottle, I turned to the drugs, and I had a lot of anger and resentment because the crowd around him when he did pass, I kind of felt like they allowed it to happen and didn't do anything about it. So I had a lot of built up aggression, but usually if it's grandmas and aunties, cousins, or whatever, I'll shed a tear so I can let it go.
Mm.
You know
I
what I
feel
mean?
that.
Because as men we don't like to cry. But I'm not gonna be too long with it on this. But as men we don't like to cry. So I'll what I'm saying. If it gets me to that point, or I feel like I feel it coming, I just go ahead and let it out versus trying to
Hold
maintain
it
a
in.
straight face. Yeah, hold it in because it's
Yeah,
just gonna only get worse.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I feel that definitely.
I definitely respect that. And I appreciate you, being man enough to come on this live broadcast network and express that. You know what I mean? I think that take you up here as far as what I'm saying, a man to me. You know what I mean? Because we always get the interpretation that men ain't supposed to cry, or what I mean, like, or things of that, or if a man cries, he weak or something like that. But we all human. You know what I mean? E- Even Jesus wept.
He did. He did. Tears are a release of all types of emotions. It can be joy, happiness, sad, pain, and tears. And yeah, we'll talk about that. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. What about you, Kunta? How do you deal with losing a loved one, bro?
Mm. Just allowing myself to express whatever emotion I have at that point in time, you know, and then the support of the family, really.
I
Okay.
respect that. I respect
All right.
that. AK, how do you deal with losing a loved one, brother?
Depends on who it was.
Okay, speak on it. Elaborate if you will.
Um, I done lost all type of people. You feel me? And like all the way down to best friends when your family don't even know or don't give a fuck. Like it's a difference. Like I said, it depends on who it was, bro. I done lost
That's
an
so
aunt
interesting.
that I used to blow gas with. Like that's like 70 something. Like every time I roll up, I think about her. I done lost like really close people. I done lost a lot of people that died before they got to change they like all right before they got to change their circumstances. Because when I say that, it's like people know people by their circumstances. They don't know people by their name. Like like you got to. It's all relative. It's relativity. When I say that, I mean if you be like, hey yo, you know that dark skinned nigga that's always with AK? Like you don't know his name because you just know his circumstances. He's always with me, and he got smoked, but don't nobody know his name. But so it could be posted today, it could be posted tomorrow, it could be on somebody's shirt. But if they don't see that person's face, they won't it won't be relative to them. And then all they will really know is that person that was always with AK. You know what I'm saying? Or that person they always see at the store or that person that be drunk or drink hanging with the alcoholics or that girl that we seen at the oh that's old girl that's at the strip club or like don't nobody know her name so you can't say you know them so like to know somebody to lose somebody like losing a loved one like it just depends on who it is because I done almost lost my kids on several accounts and and I'm just thankful today to be able to talk to them and move forward but at the same time it's like, all right, how would you feel if you walked out to the beach with your kids and your nephew just came up missing in the ocean in front of your face?
Yeah, that's crazy. Riptide.
You get what I'm saying? So it depends. Like
Yeah.
it depends on who it is. I can't. I'm a mourn over whether it's my son or my nephew, regardless. But it like how a person deals with it and how long it takes. It depends on who that person lost and the relationship they had with that person. So like that's a rhetorical question. That's a hard question to answer. Like that's like having twins and you asking me the day both of them was born. I just lost something that I prepared for, and I only got one of them now. I never met that person. I got to see that person, but like I'm a mourn that I lost my twin. It's something me and my spouse or whoever we just had them with might have to deal with, but it's not gonna be the same 2 years later that child met that you just lost that one. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a different loss. You feel me? Even though both of them were your kids, like it's different. That's a hard question to answer. So like I don't know how to answer it as far as giving advanced advice to somebody to how to deal with it. Like shit, deal with it the best way you can, bro. Life be life, man. Everybody got to cope to do it their own way. You know what I'm
That
saying?
part.
I feel that.
Hell yeah.
All right, so my answer to that question is it depends if it's death or just we just cut all ties. To me, like, cause you could lose somebody and they still be alive. They can still be here. You
I
just
feel
cut them
that.
off, or they cut you off, or
That's not
anything like
losing
that.
them though. That's eliminating them.
Yeah, like, I
That
mean,
means like when I think about how you do that like that to somebody, that's eliminating them. Like you got the big red X, like you know what I'm saying? Like
but
you didn't meet
but
hard, nigga. Like
what if they eliminate you? And that means you lost them. What if they
now, or
eliminate
they
you?
can, hey, but that can make you a murderer too. You killed them. You took them out your life.
But it's but you
That
lost them
choice of
when you
words.
wanted them to be there and you lost them. That's a loss to me too. You know, and then how I cope with it is staying busy. Because when you just sit there in grief, you're just sitting there and your mind is only gonna think about that.
Yeah, the idle
So,
mind is a devil's playhouse.
so if you stay busy, you think about it less. It's still gonna hurt for a little bit. But hey, what I said the other day, hey, you grow through what you go through. You're gonna grow through that. And then life goes on.
All right.
Life goes on. And then so that comes with like Mister, how you deal with it?
Um, I'm not the best person to ask these questions to, man. I'm a very detached person, and I know that's not. It may not even be healthy, but that's just who I am. I can't even help it. That's just who I am by design. Um, and being that I am that way, I I have a very I don't even want to say scientific because it's not quite scientific, but I have a very realistic way of thinking. So I understand that to have life, I understand that everything that lives must die. You know what I
I,
mean? So instead of mourning someone's death, I just try to appreciate the positive memories that I've had with someone instead of mourning their absence because I understand that death is inevitable. You're on mute, brother.
I lost two of my brothers that I did not grow up with, and
How does that affect you?
I cried, and I didn't cry because of the memories. And actually, today is National Siblings Day, so and just to let y'all know that. And I lost two of my brothers. I cried. I didn't cry because of the memories we had because we didn't have many.
Right.
I cried because I didn't get to know them,
Ah, that's
and
deep.
I didn't know what kind of person they were, and they cried due to. I mean, they died due to gun violence,
Yes.
and so when you die due to gun violence, that means you're either in crossfire or you're doing some bad stuff.
Or you're in the wrong place at the wrong time because there is such thing as straight bullet.
Yeah. So
Bullet
yeah.
has no name.
So yeah. So with that being said, I cried, and I didn't even know them too well. but it hurt
Right.
me that I didn't know them.
Right.
And I was crying for me.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, and then the way I coped with it is like stay busy, you know, and then that made me closer to my dad's side of the family, and that's how I dealt with that. And I got closer to my brothers, the ones that I had left, and my
Yes.
sister. Yeah. So yeah, that was, and they both died of gun violence. So you know, that's how that went.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about gun violence, being that you lost brothers to gun violence?
I think it's inevitable. It's not gonna
Hmm.
stop.
Okay.
It's not gonna stop. I think it's egotistic.
Egotistic.
Yeah, you got an ego, like, and like you know how people say on site, and you feel like you got to stand on business, and
But I feel like it's a lack of self respect. Cause like I done
Mm.
like I can firsthand say about gun violence. I know all about it. I don't know all about it because nobody knows who they're dealing with when it comes to them guns. Some people scared to shoot them. Some people dying to shoot them. Some people shoot them to prove something. Some people shoot them because they're standing on business. Some people didn't accidentally just went off and hit a nigga. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's 1,000 things that happen when it comes to gun violence. So,
I mean that comes with some people have mental health, and that's what mass shootings and stuff like that too.
but like some people shoot out of fear. Like bullying, I feel like bullying got a lot to do with the body count on gun violence.
That's a fucking fact. Cause a scared man will shoot
Because
you.
a
Any
scared
nigga
person
in this
will.
bitch
Because
is
it's
gonna
scared.
pipe
Like,
your ass up.
but it's only bullying until you not the bully no more. Like, and some people really don't want to. Like, some people had enough. Like, some people care, and that's what I said first. It's all about self respect. Like, because a person gonna blow you over they self. Like, I don't give a fuck what you got going on. You come across AK the wrong way, I'm gonna blow you. I'm gonna try. Like on God, and that's just because I'm willing to go to prison. I'm willing to go through my shit because I got more and I value myself more. And even though that happened, that something else is gonna happen for me. That's not you can't eat me. Something else is gonna happen. You get what I'm saying? Like that's not where my mind at. That just happened. But some people mind be on that shit. Like, but a scared person to smoke your ass and then cry about it every day they wake up for the rest of their life because they still care about themselves and they hate that they are labeled as a murderer.
Mm.
But they are still progressing with life. Like, so gun violence, like I agree with you, Skeet, with the egotistic, but I feel like it like when I say 80% of it is bullying, bro, and everybody is not playing no more.
Oh, what them YNs?
No, nobody shit. Like I'm 34. I ain't no YN.
Mhm.
So if somebody disrespect you, you just blow their top off.
What? Nah, hell no. I want to make sure we have a clear understanding of what's going on. Like.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you to go away. I'm gonna walk away. If you pursue me, and what? If you up, you blue. Like now, if you pop that top, you blown. I promise you. Like that's different. But like we just arguing. I'm walking away. Give you the all right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't about like I ain't got to do that. I got too much. You might not be worth what I'm worth to me to you, but tell you what, I'm gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna push on through. Now you follow me or some dumb shit, then I'm gonna call the law before I blow you, and I'm gonna blow you. I'm like, you guys, there's a guy following me, and I'm very scared, and I am armed, and I don't know what to do, but I'm very terrified, and I'm about to just pull over because I'm scared to keep driving. Click, click.
Oh
What's up,
Lord.
cuz? I'm with. Like, all right. It ain't about what you do, it's how you do it.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Then you can piggyback off that.
Nah.
All right. So, what support systems did y'all find helpful? Like, while y'all grieving, like when you're going through a loss or you're grieving about anything. What helped and what was y'all support system?
My kids.
Your kids?
Yeah.
Hey, I can attest to that. Definitely my kids.
Because you know what I'm saying, like if my losses of the loved ones, whether it be from gun violence or natural causes, old age, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Once a life is taken, you know what I'm saying. I'm still looking at another life that hasn't even begun yet. You know what I'm saying. So that really helped me. Like it helped me get through the most. Like, man, well at least my brother got to see this kid or he got to see that kid. You know what I'm saying before he was going. Or grandma got to meet this person or that person, and I just with her, you know what I mean. And just seeing life, I'm real huge on family. I love being a father, man. One of the best things that God blessed me with. Anybody could be a dad, but it's a difference to be a father. Like that's what helped me get through it, and being able to continue to go and work every day, and you know what I'm saying, doing something that I love took my mind off of it. So not sitting around. I think AK said it earlier, you know what I'm saying, idle mind is the devil's playground. With me
Yes.
being a truck driver and, being in this seat for hours on end, I got a lot of time to think. A lot of time to think. So I had to find ways, whether it be music, videos, podcasts like we're on, or whatever. I just would find different avenues to keep my mind off of it. And, you know what I'm saying, the more my mind was off of it, it was like an out of sight, out of mind thing. I began to cope more and more. And that's what I did. That was some of the things I did.
I respect that. I respect that. I like that perspective. Adrian Jefferson said, "What's good, big dog?" He said he's fucking with the chat. We appreciate it, Adrian.
What up, my boy, Mr. Jefferson?
What's
I
good, AJ?
Hey, so I would piggyback off and say my kids also number one, but I'll piggyback off that by saying the people who are still with me that are still alive, and because then you learn to love different. When you lose a loved one, your family come together. It sucks, that's when all your family come together versus like a family reunion is when you lose a loved one, and then it's like every time I relearn how to love a certain type of person in my family when I lose a loved one. Because then every time we don't talk every day, we don't talk every day, none of that. So it's like it's catching up, and it's like and then I say it every time, or we both say it every time. Hey, I'm gonna call you, cuz, or bro, or something like that, and then we talk for a little bit, you know, and then it go away again, and then you only know about them through social media.
But it's not
Right.
love lost. It's like it's called busyness, and I've learned to adapt and to accept that as an adult. Like, bro, it might be like I got brothers and a sister, like, and got several sisters actually. But like me, and like, all right, for Bina. Shout out to Bina. She holding down the NYC. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I talk to her once a year. You feel me? And it's no love lost. It's like, God damn, God. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's happy to talk to you, happy to be with you, happy to then do whatever and make sure you straight. But the busyness is what everybody used to cope with life, period. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, dang, I don't care about you no more. I don't fuck with you no more. That's to all your friends, your cousins, and all of that, because like you can run into them in the store, and it's like you both of y'all gonna get excited to see each other. It ain't no hate shit. It's just busyness. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep yourself busy to cope with life. Period. So like it's not to say that people alone don't don't care about other people. It's just they get caught up in their business, and then like it comes with the value of a relationship. Like if they're not helping you get no money, like not to say they bad people or etc., or if they're not helping you watch your kids, or if they're not going to church with you, or if you ain't talking to them every week, like it's a two-way street. You get what I'm saying? So like it just fades away if that's not the route if you continuously taking to get where you got to go. If that makes sense, you get what I'm saying?
I understand that, and just for that, I talk to my employees more than I talk to my family.
Of course, nigga, you spend more
Cause
time with them.
and I lost a couple of them, and a lot of okay. Shouts out to Lauder from Texas. Yeah, I talk to my employees more than I talk to my family, but that don't mean I love my employees more than my family. So I get what you're saying.
I
I get
totally
what you're saying.
understand. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree, but
Yeah,
that's because that's relevant. That's relative
yeah,
every day. Like they're more important to help you keep your life going than your family. You get what I'm saying? Like they ain't doing their
yeah.
job
Because
right.
we talk money. Me and my
Yeah,
employees,
that's what I'm
we
saying.
talk money
That's what I
because what are
said
we
in the
talking
first
about?
place. Like, if they ain't helping you get the money or try to help you get where you going, then it's not. It's just bad. Like, it's not bad energy. It's just not the route that you gonna keep seeing. Like, if you don't take that way, you know your cousin stay over there every day, nigga. You're not gonna take that way because it's quicker for you to get to work that way. Like it's just it's common sense is like logical. Like, and
Yeah.
it's just how people. It's just how humans work.
All
Unless you
right.
hit the lottery and you got money like out the ass you got all day to text niggas and make dates with your family and shit. I bet you even Kanye don't do that
Yeah.
because he know like he wasting time. Like some families, some people, and a lot of people are really just relatively a waste of time. Like things that you should cut out your life in the first place. The most unhealthy thing for you is to have a friend.
Yeah. What about you, Marshall?
Aren't if you're grieving, you have grief with something?
Yeah. I get if you put it that way. All right.
So what I mean there is if you're grieving, you have grief with something. You're mad at something. You're going through the fact that you're there's something inside you that's saying something's wrong. It wasn't the right time. You're arguing this, that, and everything. You're arguing, oh, I just talked to him, or I should have called him or her. I should have called them. You're always, it's a grief. You're grieving, but you have grief with something because you're holding a grief. You're grieving with yourself.
I feel that. Mister, you want to piggyback off that?
Yeah, I was looking up the definition of grief because I want to make sure that I don't use it at a okay. So deep sorrow, especially that causes for someone's death. So okay, I guess I look at grief a little differently. I guess I look at it like a deep sorrow, like a deep sadness um for something that is now gone when I hear grief. And then you know that there's levels and stages to grief. You know, the sadness, the angry, and you know all these things, depression. All these are different types of stages of grief. Um, I and and I think that's really just comes down to your perspective of life. Because if you view life in different perspectives, and you understand that death is necessary, but other people feel like they are robbed whenever a loved one is taken from them.
All right. So, what advice would you give somebody who's grieving right now?
What advice would I give someone who's grieving right now?
Yeah.
Um, be connected to people who love you and that's around you. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to reach out and speak to someone, and don't be afraid to seek help if necessary. You know, what I mean, depression is real. Um, there's a such thing as PC. What is it? PCO? How you say it? PTSD. That is a real thing. So I think that people can experience trauma by losing someone that's close to them. If we spent every day together, if we worked together and we were friends and we chopped it up and spent a lot of quality time together, and I wake up and you're not there no more. That can affect me in a major way. If you was a large part of my life, people who's been together 50 years with their significant other every day, losing them, they die of heartbreak. You hear so many people, grandparents die right after another just because their partner is no longer here. They feel no need to keep going. So my thing would be to reach out and speak to someone and stay connected to people that love you, especially during a significant time in your life where you feel you losing things. You know, and always look at your cup half full than empty. Always cherish the positive um, memories that you have rather than grieving and mourning someone's death.
I agree with that, and like you said, when you lose someone that you're used to talking to every day or being around every day, that changes your routine. So uh,
Absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
yeah, that changes your routine. So you got to find a different routine. My
Mm.
advice would be find a different routine and find refine yourself because you're gonna have to like start all over. Like especially if they were like you're
A big
very
impact
very
in your
close.
life. Right.
Yeah, you have to start all over, and then we find that in other people a lot of the times. And then so I've lost people, and then I done got close to somebody who reminded me of the person I lost, if that makes sense. And then it's
Yeah.
like,
AK would like to piggyback off that.
all right, AK,
I'm gonna say, like Tom was there when I lost my mom. That was a very big loss for me, bro. Like, and it was like very unexpected. Like Marshall said, grieving is like if that's the case, I grieve every day. Like, and my advice to anybody that's grieving, take your time with it. Like if you're gonna like grieving involves like holding on to memories, whether they're good memories or bad memories. Like that, you're gonna grieve every time you hear a song you used to ride in your truck with your uncle in here. You're gonna grieve like if that's grieving, like it's gonna make you feel away because you felt like, dang, that was our song. You're not gonna let that song go, or you're not gonna let that smell of cologne go, or perfume if you lost your aunt. Like like so my advice to anybody that's grieving, take your time, man. Like there's no time clock on that shit. Like I lost my mom and I felt like it was too early. And Tone like Tone was there. Tone, do you remember that day? We went and did a whole roof, bro. Like by ourselves. Like that was the first time I ever did shingles.
all
Yes,
right,
brother. I definitely remember that day.
Hey,
And I
and
don't think I
I
don't
had like, hey, I had bread, and I ate with the rest of y'all. Like me, you, and Granddad sat on that porch and made like on top of that roof and made like
sandwiches.
sandwiches, bro, like cold cuts. And I was like, bro, y'all hungry? I ordered pizza or something. He was like, no, brother, we're gonna eat. We're gonna eat and keep it moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
all
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
I
Hey,
still wanted something to eat because like I didn't really care. Like I was just happy to be around some people, dog. That like, man, you gonna mourn regardless. You gonna mourn for the rest of your life, man. I miss my mama every day. I miss my grandma every day. I miss some of my uncles every day. Like I miss DT every day. Like it's a lot of people I miss every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you're not gonna let them go. So like until you actually let it go, I guess like Marshall said, that's gonna be always a part of mourning. So there's no clock on it.
all right.
So
Speaking of mourning, Lara said, "You ever mourn someone who's still alive?"
yeah, I miss a lot of people that I don't fuck with no more, and we used to have good times.
Mm.
What about you, Kuka?
Yeah, I definitely have.
Yeah,
Definitely have. And
you
like
mourn. Yeah, okay, I'm
AK
listening.
was saying, grief doesn't have a timeline, the last stage of grief is acceptance, and a lot of times we will play through all the other steps first and then repeat them before we even accept what has happened.
Mm.
Marsha.
Hey, I was mourning Kunta into today. I miss you, baby.
I miss you too.
I love the brotherly love. I love it. I love the brotherly love. Marsha, you ever mourn someone who's still alive?
Yes, I mourn somebody that's still alive. Not for long though. It usually lasted a couple of seconds. Because if they were still alive and I'm mourning them, they're obviously dead to me for a reason.
Man, I can't agree with that because like I never let Kunta go, and like I really missed him. Like I
That
miss
part,
Kunta.
brother. I
Like
miss you too.
like that's Kunta, nigga. Like man, I'm over here like big ass smiles, like tears in my
Hell
eyes. Like nigga, I'm
yeah.
talking to Brandon.
What about you, Mister?
um, yeah. I think I've mourned people or relationships that I used to have that I no longer can have because of our perspectives have changed, or my perspective have changed. Some people we outgrow, you know what I mean, and that's okay. Elevation is a must. We're never going to stay at the same place. If you want to be at the same place for 10 years, I don't know how you're a hamster on the wheel. I don't want to be. I don't want to be stuck in the rat race. So, therefore, to me, a change is inevitable, and I'm all about evolution. So, I would love to, take everyone with me, but the reality of the
Yeah,
situation is that certain journeys that you travel, everyone can't travel with you.
yeah, I feel that.
But but isn't the best way to mourn to keep somebody's legacy alive through the generations? To keep them alive so they never die that way?
Well, I mean, I guess if I'm cherishing all the positive moments, I'm not mourning them. You know what I mean? Because mourning would be like sadness.
Yeah,
But what if morning commit? Like, well, I don't know. Then I might have the misconception of morning because sometimes I hear a song and it remind me of folks that's gone, and it make me happy, but I still be sad that they gone. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right. Well, I guess that sadness is mourning them. You know what I'm saying? And I guess just okay. Put it like this: if somebody is passed and I hear a song about them and it made me smile, is that mourning?
I
See what I'm
think that's
saying?
more reminiscing.
That's more reminiscing. You know what I mean? And I feel like I love to think about positive moments with people versus the
so,
negatives.
so my question
Like
to
damn, they'll never be able to listen to this song with me
so,
again. This was our
so
song.
that's what I'm saying. So like if that was your shit and you hear it come on and you get hyped and then like you don't get sad, but you still get emotional, like just like not I'm not gonna say sad, but just still missing the person. Does that still involve
Right,
mourning?
right. I guess if you're missing a person and you feel sadness, that is mourning. Absolutely.
But what if
yeah,
that's
yeah.
That's the deep sorrowness. That is the epitome of mourning. Yes, sir.
All right, Marshall, you got it. Let's see.
You.
Man, you with us,
How,
baby?
yep. How did your perspective on life change after experiencing this loss?
Mm.
Hey,
Anyone
life,
want to jump on
life,
that?
life is short. You can have a long life, but as soon as you're gone, it's short. So like when my 90-year-old grandma died, and I'm like, damn, life is short. But she lived 90 years. It wasn't short to
Right,
her. So
right.
yeah, that's my perspective. So
Mm.
what about you, Montana?
I'm about to say my perspective on life is it became there's never enough time. There's never enough time to do
Never
everything
enough
you want
time.
to do. To do everything you want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? To become the person you may want to become. because nobody knows when that clock gonna stop. You
Nobody
know,
knows, bro.
so it's like, you know, when I hear people
No,
like, well, oh, he was gonna be in the NFL or this and that. It's just like, man, damn, like such said person didn't get enough time to do any of those things. Or, you know, such said person, but they didn't see the Great Depression and the recession. You know, so it's like it's it made me value that's what really changed my perspective on life. It just made me value my time and made me implement myself into doing things like that I want to do or that I want to do for my family. Like, I want to go fucking jump off of a fucking plane next summer, and that's what the fuck I'm gonna go do. Because who knows? You know what I'm saying? That clock stop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what changed my. It made me more impulsive in a sense. Like not just acting out irrationally, but you know what I'm saying? If it's something I want to do or something I want to get done, and that's what the hell I'm gonna do. Point blank.
Uh,
Period.
I respect that.
all right, cool. Do you wanna follow up with that?
What was the question? My fault.
Marshall, what was the question?
How did your perspective of life change after experiencing this loss?
Oh, life is precious. You know, you got to be able to do everything that you really want to do. You know, um, but also just take your time. A lot of people are so focused on fast-paced things, like that they don't really get to enjoy their blessings.
Mm.
So,
Speak on that,
you,
brother. Damn.
yeah. So, like, if you're not if you're always fast paced, you're not gonna see the little things that are coming your way, or if you do see
Mm.
them, you take them for granted. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
AK?
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Every loss
I didn't hear
came.
you, brother.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I said every loss came with a little more maturity and a different lesson.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you, Mister?
When I was young in high school, it was two popular kids that passed away from gun violence. One of them was being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, both of them were situations where saying they probably shouldn't have been in. Um,
Yeah, because they
but
were
nevertheless, huh?
they were gay,
Uh,
were popular. Popular.
one of the guys was set up, and another guy, well, basically these two different events, both the guys were perceived to be set up um, by their peers too. Um, so going through that at a young age and experiencing people that you went to school with every day, and then just the next day they're not here no, and it makes you realize like, wow, you know, like uh like someone said earlier, life is extremely short. Saying you're here today, you're going tomorrow. B, you said to his 90-year-old grandmother, her life may not be short to her, but if he only had a short time with her, to him, saying time is short. Um, so that put life in perspective to me at a very, very early age. Like I said, this was in my teenage years. So it made me appreciate every moment after that, and know that nothing is life is never should be taken for granted, because nothing is promised to us. You know what I mean? There's nothing that guarantees you that you're going to wake up tomorrow. So it made me want to live every day to the fullest. Made me want to be better the next day than I was the day before, and it really made me grow up and mature extremely fast.
All right, Marshall.
I have to say that that with every loss it taught me a lesson, but every lesson it taught me, it learned. I'm now at the point that it's at that I feel like every loss is just another cycle in the chain because I feel like I've become numb to it now. So now it's like I've realized that our time is so short, but it's the longest thing that we're ever going to do. But we're also small in the whole idea of the whole bigger picture where just a small increment into it. And if I were to die right now and everything, life would still go on. Life is not going to stop as much as I think it would be. The sun does not revolve around me. The planet does not revolve around me, even though sometimes I like to think it does. But it gets to the point where it comes to the point where you're literally like, okay, nothing's changed. Nothing changes. It's not that no one person has made a big enough impact to stop the world yet.
So life goes on pretty much.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we can continue.
What role did rituals or traditions play in your grieving process?
Um, Traditions. Uh, when we lose people, usually we pick back up on like family reunions and like going to Thanksgivings more together as a family, getting together on Christmas. We do that for a couple of years, and it's a snake eating its tail. It's a revolving door, and it happens every time we get closer, and then it dies down a little bit. But yeah, we try and plan more. Like the last loss we had in our family, I created a group chat with all of our immediate family. I created a group chat, and to this day, and that was years ago, everybody's in that group chat. And then everybody's birthday, everybody in that group chat send that one person, birthday money, stuff like that. And it's made us closer. Like we share our problems and everything in that group chat. And I felt like that made my family get a lot closer. And it worked. I didn't know it would work. I was like, all right, let me put everybody in this group chat. And we just stayed with that group chat. And slowly but surely, we add more family members in it. It's like 16 of us in it now. So yeah, so that was damn, I did a bit bad right there. But yeah, that was life changing actually for all of us. And we learned about, we share our kids in the group chat, everything. Like, so yeah. What about you, Montana?
You said Montana or Mark? Hello?
Montana.
Oh, okay. With rituals, um, like me said, man, they do the whole meet up with the family. And for me, a ritual, I had to go through a lot of things, so I was able to do tribute to the loved ones that I lost, in those years where if I lost them a quote unquote really alive, which unfortunately is kind of how it happened. I was able to do tribute to them, you know what I'm saying? Remembering them and honoring them. So that was my way of coping more with the loss.
I would have to say having like a structured routine, knowing what you're going to be doing daily, so that way you can have a good focus on what you need to do. Because, like AK said, if you have that idle mind, you know, it's going to be a playground. So, knowing and having that structured routine is going to help you with that morning process as well. Because, one, you're going to have that busy mind, you know what you need to do, and you're focused.
AK.
I agree. I agree with that, brother. Go ahead, AK.
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Um, I think my family is probably typical to BU's family and maybe a lot of families across the world. When someone dies, we typically, will have a family function, get together where all your close family members. We typically probably have a dinner, um, and a semi-family reunion. And like you said, everybody will stay in contact for the first 6 months, 9 months of the year, and then everything probably goes back to normal. Unless it's a hierarchy of the family, then it may bring more family members in that you may have not met. But that's the only type of rituals that I've seen as far as the grieving processes.
What was the question again?
What roles do rituals or traditions play in the grieving process?
Um, it's all right. Well, my answer would be more so like I'm not gonna say ritual responsibility as far as sticking to traditions, how things should be done when you lose your person. Like that's not a ritual. Like, cause like my mama was Creole and Haitian and shit. Like when she died here, I buried her in North Carolina. I didn't even go to her burial because that's not how we do things. Like as far as like that's how the Carter family, my as far as my family grieving over my dad losing his wife, that's how they did things. That's how I was taught to do things for my dad. But I didn't have to go. I didn't want to go, and I went to Louisiana, and it's a whole different way how they do things. You get what I'm saying? So so with that being said, it's like it's more so like your upbringing because like if your mom was something else before she met your dad and your dad was something else before you met your mom, it's about who you are left with and how you are honoring the person that's still living how things should be done. If that makes sense, you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh, Lana said for me to add you to the group chat.
Hey, so you can send her the link. We can get a lot of in here, but it's send a lot of the link.
But I don't know, that's a hard question. Like, okay, so with that being said, traditionally you're just supposed to do what you're supposed to do. Responsibility, like what you are expected to do. As far as ritually is what you are taught to do. And it's like it's what you are native to, what you have been introduced to since you were born to do what you when you see somebody die. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
that's not what everybody does. So
right,
so like okay, yo, you like it could be like you ain't supposed to drink the day your mama died, your daddy died. You go back to the house and get fucked up. So like
right,
so so it, like I don't everybody there again, everybody copes with things differently. But to
right.
answer the question personally,
Hmm.
um, with a deep loss, I stay the fuck away from people. I don't go to
Right.
funerals. Um,
Isolate.
yeah, I don't deal with that because you get to see who if you know that person that you really lost, you get to
Yeah,
see who's
Montana
faking.
driving.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
truck driver. Go ahead, bro.
What up, Bree?
My mic
That's
muted.
not
That ain't me.
Nah, she had text me. I
Oh.
don't know. Well, I just gave her a shout out. But nah, what I'm saying is it just depends on everybody does something different, dog. That's all I'm saying. Like it's just a lot that comes with how it depends on that relationship. If you don't want to go see your folks bury them people because you know they about to be over there crying and faking, and then they don't really care about the ones that's really that like. My grandma always said this: if you crying because that person died, you ain't doing enough for them.
Hmm. How about that?
That's what she always said. She said, man, I ain't never seen my grandma cry at no funerals, and she watched a lot of her kids get buried. You feel me?
Right.
And and that's what she'll say
And
every time.
she had peace.
She watched it happen. What Jay-Z say? I seen him resold, repoed, and resold.
Huh.
Simple. But man, I don't know. That's a hard, deep question, bro. Wait, I don't know what. I thought this was Thankful Thursdays.
It's
Hey,
Therapeutic
hold up.
Thursday.
You said hold up. You said resold, repoed, and resold. I like that.
A motherfucker stepped on the brick, somebody stole it, and they sold it back to him. That's basically what he's talking about.
Nah, that nigga bid on something that he thought he could pay for, and I sold it to him. I knew he couldn't. I took it back from him and sold it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
How about we got next?
Would you say
We're
it
gonna jump
men's?
into
Would you say it men's families?
sometimes it means families. Yeah, I think families come together, and like I spoke on, like when it's a hierarchy in a family, you may see family members that you never met before.
I agree with that because like my grandma is in the group chat and she just be like talking about auntie. I got Auntie Ouija. I ain't know about Auntie Ouija. Her name Ouija. So that's how you know they older too. The names, Judah, stuff like that. So yeah, but you're right about the hierarchy because she know everybody. She
I
she
feel
she she the
Exactly.
top. She the top. She the
well,
head of the family.
my opinion on
Right.
that. If death bring family together, that shit crumbling anyway. Because y'all should be tighter than that. Y'all should be already close enough to hold each other before, like, just meet, greet, talk, call, checks, like text, holler at each other. Like that's my admiration for any family. Like I admire that about any family. Like
Anything. Hey, what would make that different is if your mother and father were still together and both of y'all families are still meshed. Because when mother and dad separate, then you got to choose: am I going to dad's house for Thanksgiving half the day? Am I going to
bro,
mom's house for Thanksgiving
like,
half the day? Or if they're
it,
together, then that's more family right
but
there.
it's 2025. Like me and my kids, mom not together. That's my ex-wife. We were married. I know they know me. I call her aunt my aunt. You know what I'm saying? She called me all the time.
Yeah, but
So,
that's not for everybody. Everybody don't do that. But if
but I
they
feel like
if mom and
it'll
dad were
be
still
like
together, then y'all gonna do that.
if I get with a girl right now, she can't tell me my aunt Linda can't call me, and that's Quita aunt. Like she called check on my kids every day. She called check on me all the time, bro. Like that's if that comes with territories. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like everybody should be able to do that with well, if they truly genuinely love that person or whoever they are in their life, whatever relationship they got. I feel like they should not cut nobody else off. If they can't get with it before they exist, then that's not for you. Like because I'm not going to be with somebody that might like somebody husband, aunt, ex-husband, aunt still check on them. Why they still calling you? Like that's I feel like that's terrible people. So I
That's
feel like
no, that comes not even territory. That comes with maturity.
well, I feel like everybody should get along in my
Yeah,
mind.
I agree. All right, Marshall or Mister, you got something?
Yeah, we're gonna jump to resilience building. You know what I mean? So basically, how do you handle and how do you cope with setbacks? So anyone want to jump on that? How do you handle and cope with setbacks?
And we're not even talking about losses anymore. Then, right? We're talking about just
No,
like
no, no. Just in life. You know what I
okay.
mean? Setbacks and
Um.
challenges in life. How do you cope with that? What's your strategy?
Uh. I. Hold on. It take. Hey, I tell everybody. It takes me 24 hours. anything happens, it takes me 24 hours and I get over it. Because the more I think about what happened, the less I think about what I could do about it. So, yeah. And then it's actually motivation. I use it as motivation, as a drive to like just fuck. This can't happen again. Like most of the mistakes I've made, that doesn't happen twice because I be like, all right, we learned that lesson. Even at work, like I don't fuck some shit up at work, and then but it never happened again because it's like a learning lesson. That's a good thing to say.
Yeah, that's what I
And
was gonna say.
yeah, a learning
Failure is a good
lesson.
lesson.
All right, speak on that, Kunta.
Oh, you pretty much hit it. What I was gonna say. I was just gonna let you know, like, yeah, failure is like a good lesson to improve. And like you were saying, once you have that failure, a lot of people look at failure and just crumble. But if you're able to look at those failures, analyze it, and figure out what you need to do next, you'll never have that same setback because you've been through that before.
I used to say, speaking of failure, I used to always say my only fear is failure. And then I thought about it. It's not a fear of mine. It's to keep failing, and at the same thing. Actually,
Yeah,
that's a
I would
fear of mine.
agree.
Like I think we need to fail to get us back on track, but to keep failing at the same thing, and
Same
when
thing.
you know better,
Yeah,
yeah. So I want to
that's when you
reiterate that.
gotta look at what you're doing because that means you're doing the same thing and not making a change.
Damn, I like that. Yeah. What about you, Marshall?
And what do they call when you are doing the same thing and expecting different results?
Complacency.
Insane.
Insanity.
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 Eh,
Insanity.
yeah.
I want
Well,
to talk
damn.
about resilience building. It's relaying silence, building while building. Relaying in silence, building while building.
Mm.
So you're resilience building. You're relaying in silence. So for your resilience, your everything that's getting portrayed on you, you're relaying it back in silence, and you're billing them while building. You're taking the bill out on them while building.
Right.
All right, mister.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
how do you maintain a positive mindset when facing difficult situations?
Um, I want to answer that one first. My aunt Kendra would
Yeah.
say, it's just stuff. Like that's like I'm gonna put both questions in the same thing. It's just stuff. Be thankful that you remember how you got it, and never mind how you lost it, and apply how you lost it, and to keeping it again and not losing it the same way. Like, okay, you might fuck your car up because you didn't know how to drive and you hydroplane. Okay, now you know how to drive in the rain. That don't mean you ain't gonna fuck your car up running over the wrong shit in the road because you didn't know how to dodge it. Like it's just life. You just you just gotta take it and apply everything you learn every day and keep moving.
Lala says she lost a guy who cheated on her with his baby mama. So F that. She said, but mad respect for people who can do that. So what about you, Kunta? How do you deal how do you keep a positive mindset when dealing with difficult situations?
Just looking for the outcome. You know, that's the major thing. Keeping my mind positive, self-talk, and knowing that this difficult situation will pass. But a lot of it deals with my support system, you guys, my family, and not being scared to speak about those hard times.
Hey, just to piggyback off that, I do it. I be talking to me, so
Hmm.
I ain't gonna lie. I be talking to myself because if I ain't gonna listen to nobody, I'm gonna listen to me.
And that self talk helps,
Yes.
especially
Yeah.
when it's a positive self talk. But that
You gotta
goes,
give yourself some words of affirmation. Absolutely.
yeah. And it's
Yeah, but
crazy
Absolutely.
because, like, a lot of people, they will attach to, like, the negative talk more than if someone gives them a compliment, you know?
Yeah.
It's, like, harder to believe, like, oh, that's too positive. You got to say something negative. Why? Take that
Right.
positive and run with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it all.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
negative, I'm like, brush that off. I'll take all the
Right.
positive that activity I can take.
Absolutely. I
So
agree
that
with
so
you.
would you call that self awareness?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I like
Coming
that.
from personal experience, if you're gonna talk to yourself, I recommend you have earbuds in. I also recommend you don't start yelling at yourself and having an argument because that doesn't come off well either.
That
I'll
might
keep
not
that in mind.
come up may not come up well in a room full of people. So
Oh,
man,
yeah.
you might get them people call on you. They may try to put you on that third floor somewhere.
Hey, imagine yourself arguing with yourself in the mirror. That'd be something crazy right now, actually. Like that's funny as hell, bro.
Hey, hey, I'm dealing with the man in the mirror. I'm on my Michael Jackson. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
this
it's funny y'all
this
talk
this
about that.
this between me and me.
Nah,
Exactly.
on some real shit. Like working in the health field for 5 years, I worked in the group homes and I dealt with a lot of mental health patients. So like, I would wake up, what I'm saying? I'd be up at 3, 4 in the morning, and you would literally hear that upstairs. You know what I'm saying? The dude having whole conversations with himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was one guy, I'm not gonna say his name, but he had the Satanic Bible on the left hand side of the dresser, and he had the Holy Bible on the right hand side of the dresser. And those
Oh shit, that's
conversations,
deep.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and those conversations that he would have with himself, man. But to answer that question, I just I keep my eye on the prize because I used to get frustrated and fluttered about I call them hurdles in this road of life or speed bumps more so. But I just learned that like I can't stress over nothing I can't control. So I just keep my mind focused on the end goal, the bigger prize. Like for me being a truck driver, I can't stress over, well, goddamn, my clutch just went out, or I just blew 2 tires. That's gonna be $1,200. Well, shit, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's life. Like AK saying, man, it's life. So I just let that shit go and keep thinking about what shit. Well, I paid for $1,200. At least I can still go to work tomorrow. I got my tires on. I can go try to make back the $1,200 I just spent on tires and stuff like that. That's what keeps me going when I'm running the speed bumps. I just keep thinking about the end goal. That's all that matters to
Okay.
me.
I like that. Anybody else want to piggyback that before I give my rebuttal?
No, you good. Let's continue. We good.
All right. I think how I keep a positive mindset during difficult situations is just always looking at the cup half full than empty. No matter what the circumstances or what the situation is, um, it there is a silver lining somewhere. So I just always try to find the silver lining, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Say, for instance, we got rain out today. I wasn't able to make some money. Okay, well now I got a free day to handle some business that I wasn't able to handle during the week because I work just scheduled typically. You know what I mean? So no matter what the situation is, I try to look at the cup half full.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
The martyr in me says the sky is falling. The
Yep.
You on mute. You on mute.
Who on mute?
Repeat
the
yourself.
God in me says there's a will, there's a way. The martyr in me says the sky is falling.
I
But
like that.
why limit yourself? What about
Speaking to
space?
Matt. Speaking about Mad Hatter.
Yeah, the sky's the limit. What about space? Come on now, yeah, we get space. But all right, let's go, Mister.
um, in what ways have building resilience impacted your relationship with others?
I don't want to go
Be
first on that one. I'm
yeah, yeah.
Say the question one more time. I'll go first.
No problem, brother. How does building resilience reflect in your relationships with others?
It's sometimes it can help a relationship because it can show somebody else that they don't have to stress as much about things, or you know what I'm saying, like they can learn the ability to let go. And then sometimes it can kind of mess or weaken a relationship because it's like, somebody may be looking at you like, oh, you don't give a fuck about nothing, huh? Like you just don't care, and it's just like,
Nonchalant, right?
yeah, or you just so nonchalant. Like, no, I'm not about to sit here and stress. I'm not about to get gray hair. I'm not doing none of that. I'm gonna keep it pushing. And if my back's against the wall, then you know what I'm saying, my back is against the wall. But it's a two-way street with that. You know what I'm saying, as far as affecting relationships, because if it's a romantic relationship, you know what I'm saying, between a man and woman, or you know what I'm saying, whatever, it can help it, and it can break it, because you know what I'm saying, that nonchalant shit, at the end of the day, again, like AK said earlier, something that might be as big to you might not be that big to me, or something that's big to me might not be that big to you. But you know what I'm saying, sometimes you gotta find that balance in between the two, where it's like, okay, yeah, I know I really don't give a fuck about such said things, but my wife does. So I gotta show some type for what she may be stressing about or feeling away about. And I know the whole time, like, man, fuck that shit. We can just go get another one. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about. That's my answer to that. I feel like it can really be a two-way street. It can help, and it can also turn or defect.
I agree with that too, and it depends if you're the person I'm resilient against. So it also depends on that. But I definitely agree it's a two-way street. And then, like, you want to cut off all negativity. So, but yeah, that's my answer. Quick and short. Mister.
Can you identify specific moments in your life where significant strength, where things that significantly strengthen your resilience? That's the question. Something that made your resilience strengthen, like something that made you, saying your tough skin, something that
Failure.
failure.
It's like, and then one thing about failure, you don't want to get used to failure because
Hmm.
that means you're not growing.
Right.
Like I know we spoke about insanity earlier because we're doing the same thing over and over, but that means you're not growing. So that you're tough as your skin, like just like and caring. Because if you don't give a fuck, you gonna keep doing the same shit.
Hmm.
And with caring comes growing. So yeah, yeah.
What you got for me, Mad?
Resilience, yeah. There's been times where I've resonated and resounded.
Like, give me a time or a story where something happened in your life where it like boosted your resilience. It like it strengthened it. It made you, have that thick skin.
Every every negative thing that's happened to me made me have thick skin for something. I've grown
Right,
thicker
right.
skin from every positive and negative occurrence that's happened to me. Whether it's been something good, maybe it didn't get that thick, or something bad, and the thing got thick, and the skin got thicker.
Okay.
Montana, can you give me a time where or a story that something happened in your life where it built your resistance or your resilience, should I say?
Yeah. Um, like I stated before, hold on, I gotta pop my ears. I just came down the mountain. Oh, but yeah, like when I rolled my truck over, you know what I'm saying? Like I thought it was over. You know what I mean? Like my career, you know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the worst things to have on your report card as a truck driver. You know, a lot of companies don't want to hire you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make their insurance go up so high. You know, then you hear all the negative comments. You know, for the people that I did tell about it at the time, because it took a year. It took some years before I even started telling people what happened. But you know, man, I don't know how you do it. I couldn't get it. I wouldn't be able to drive again. No, 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 no. You know what I'm saying? Like, so hearing those comments, you know, and hearing the negative, and you know, even though people did boost me about it, you know what I'm saying? They shared their positive thoughts and stuff like that. But it was more negativity because you know you hear the talks of, man, I don't know how you standing here right now. You shouldn't have
Hmm.
made it out alive. Da 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 da
Right,
da. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So I took that and I kept going. Like,
Yeah.
well, you know what? I'm gonna show you what the fuck to do with it. Give me the keys. Let me drive the boat. We're gonna get to Gullah Island. And you know that's what I did because it was literally a year later. Yeah, a year and 2 months later, I went and got my own damn truck.
Right.
I'm
You know
gonna
what I'm saying?
piggyback off of Tone,
Yeah.
Montana, like,
Go ahead.
cause like, hey, like I was operating a backhoe at like 12 years old. I cut my own foot off by flipping that bitch over. Like, it was a freak accident, but most people like, if I was you, I'd never touch that shit ever again. Right. Now I'm one of the best operators, like, ever. So I say that to say, and I done taught a lot of people how to operate since then and what not to do and what to do. So, like like you said, like what things have happened in your life to strengthen your resilience. Don't never let nobody tell you no if that's something you got in your heart desire. Like, even if you got fucked up doing something you want to do, don't let nobody tell you like you can't keep trying it. Like, that's not what they built for. That's what you built for. That's not in their heart. That's in your heart. So, like, even if you want to sing or if you want to be a whatever, and like your first time trying out and you fuck it up because you just learn from it, but don't stop not doing it. Like, I'm a really good artist, and I felt like, and I just really got back into it, and like I felt like you said earlier, it was a bump in the road, like taking losses. Like, I painted a lot of big pieces for a lot of people, and like I see people without the history or that without the art. Like, it's all about who you know, what your art to sell for. Is how I felt. But then I started seeing, like, no, it's not. I was doing art before I thought about how much it costs. You get what I'm saying? I was doing art before I wanted to do it to be in somebody's house or any of that. So like I took a pause for like 3 or 4 years on art, and like it's therapeutic to me, and I'm really good at it because I put my passion into it with releasing everything I do, and now I'm back at it again, and it made me feel like, damn, I could have did that long time ago if I didn't let me thinking that I was never gonna get paid off my art. Like you said earlier, Tone, don't take your eye off the prize. The prize to me is what you get and desire out of your own life. You get what I'm saying? Whether if it's a trailer or if it's $1 million house, it don't matter. But as long as you happy with what you're doing, you should never let you should always strengthen yourself off of everything that you learning or whatever you go through. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Hey,
that makes sense.
some of us just want a bunker.
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool too. I'm sleeping in the box if I'm happy and there's peace in it.
All right, Mister.
Oh, my bad, fellas. I was on mute. We're gonna jump into a thing called boundaries. How do you guys set boundaries, and how do you determine when boundaries need to be set?
From the jump, really. Let them know what your expectations are and your boundaries.
I like that
Now,
answer.
who are you? Who are you giving these boundaries to? Is this a friend? Is this a business? Is this a relationship? Is this a family member?
Anybody and everybody.
I like that. I like that. I
You
like
got
that.
to stand on what you believe in. And if they can't respect that, then hey, go on to the next. That's it's just that easy. Instead of selling yourself short.
I like that answer. I would agree with his answer.
Respect that. Respect that, man. Respect that, man. Anyone else want to jump on that?
Now I set boundaries with my old lady.
Boundaries.
I,
You
I
said
set
what now?
boundaries. I set boundaries with my old lady.
Yes.
You know what I'm
What
saying?
kind
Like,
of what kind of boundaries do you set with your old lady? You want to elaborate on that for us? Or no?
oh yeah, yeah. I damn sure am because we all know that one thing a lot of women go through after having children is it's not feeling how should I say this beautiful anymore. You know what I'm saying? They go through refining themselves. Whether they lost too much weight, the titties got too big, ass got sunken up. Kids take a lot. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Kids take a lot from
women,
us.
women body
So
goes through a lot of changes. Absolutely.
yeah, they go through a lot of changes. So in the process of when Stella gets their groove back,
Yes.
it's the norm now for women to post vulgar type pictures. It may not be in the it may be assed out and shaking. You know what I'm saying? But they may post the pictures
More,
with the booty shorts, or you know what I'm saying, or they got
more
their leg
alluring.
arched up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to show their curves. Yeah, more. There we go. That's the perfect word for it. But I tell my old lady I don't give a damn how many IG models you see me like or whatever. I had to stop myself from doing that too. That's a whole nother conversation. But I don't care what you see me like or what you may see on my timeline. You are a representation of me. So that's not what the fuck
Mm,
we going to do. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? I don't do too good with the whole showing off what is supposed to be in store for me. You know what I'm saying? I set boundaries on that. You know what I'm saying? I set boundaries on social media. You know what I'm saying? As far as telling the world our business. Bringing everybody into our business. You know what I'm saying? If we have problems at home, don't go running to social media because these
Yes.
motherfuckers don't can care less about our
Yes.
relationship. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like they really can care less. They're gonna give you their comments. They're gonna give you their sorrows or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then that's just it. Because if things were to go real bad today, those same motherfuckers on social media not gonna let you go sleep on their couch tomorrow.
Right. Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
that boundaries, my woman going out. Like, I don't mind my woman going out, but it's a certain time you're gonna bring your ass back in this house. You know what I'm saying? We
Hmm.
grown. You
So,
know what I'm saying? Go
so he
enjoy,
says, so
enjoy, enjoy
he
life.
says it's a respectable time to come home, huh?
Yeah, it's a respectful time to come home. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not saying you gotta be in the house 12:30. I know the club just really start jumping at 12 o'clock. I ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to be strolling this bitch at 5 in the morning like, like everything okay.
Yeah, I know what
Nah.
time the club closed. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nah. And then I set boundaries on, I don't like for my woman to move late at night. And
Yeah.
anytime she walks out that door, I don't give a damn if she's going to go check the mailbox. Her pistol needs to be on her. Because in the world that we're living in, I don't trust the others. It's not that I'm not saying you can't defend yourself or whatever the case may be. I don't trust others. There's a lot of sick
Yes.
motherfuckers out here in this world.
Yeah, I feel that.
Just want to go, I need to go down here and you might have better jokes. Now you done try to make a move on it. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. So a lot of times, and it's hard. It's hard. I had to set the boundaries on that because it's hard with me not being there, as much on the daily or during the nighttime. But when I'm on, you do what? Okay, I'll go get it. Don't worry about it. I don't get it. I'm gonna take care of it. I set boundaries on things like that. And what's another boundary? As far as friends, I set boundaries on friends too. Because it was at one point in time, you know what I'm saying. I'm not no fucking Nino Brown, but you know what I'm saying. I never claimed to be, but I had a lot of people at my table eating, and
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. And it got to a point to where I literally fed everybody and watched everybody get their plate to go.
Mm.
Oh,
So
that's
I
deep.
said, I set boundaries on allowing people to get that close to me. You know what I'm saying. Allowing people to play on that nicer side of me because all I want to do is see everybody win and see everybody eat. So if I can help
Yeah.
you eat, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna put more mashed potatoes on your plate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so I set boundaries I also set boundaries on my children. I don't allow my children to be around everybody. I don't allow my, you know what I'm saying? God damn, it's foggy out this bitch.
Yeah.
What's going on out here? But yeah, that's just about it for me as far as boundaries when it comes to friendships and stuff like that. And my children and my old lady, those are really some of the core boundaries that I set. Oh yeah, and I ain't gonna let no man, no woman, no red, yellow, blue, I don't give a damn, white, black, Asian, I don't care. Nobody is finna play with me and disrespect me. Call it a pride thing, call it whatever the fuck you want. I don't care who you is, I don't care who you are. You be an officer of the law, you be the president of the fucking United States. Nobody is going to play with me. Now, I do have to be the bigger man. You know what I'm saying? I know when, like I said, I know when the white boy, I know when to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I know to let you be like, all right, yeah, okay. But what you're not gonna do is play with me and disrespect me. Once you get me to that point, then by all means, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I feel at that point. Those are my
I feel
boundaries.
that. I agree with well, pretty much with mostly everything you said. So yeah.
Matt Hatter, what's your take on boundaries, brother?
I set boundaries like a football field. There's a 5 yard line, there's a 10 yard line, there's a 15 yard line, there's a 20 yard line, there's a 25 yard line, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yes,
At
I
five
love it.
yards, it would be like 5 feet, so you're at like arm's length, so they're close and everything. And then at 10 yards, they're a little farther away, and but yeah.
I love that. I love that. He said, "Yeah." You know what
That,
I'm saying? The closer you get to me, the more stipulations is to this thing. You know,
that was
exactly.
a good analogy. That was
That was a good analogy. I'm gonna have to still. Matt had an answer because I think I'm pretty much the same way. You know, based on the criteria, based on the circumstances, is based on the boundaries that are set. When it comes to my kid, of course, it's going to be different boundaries set for my kids than it's going to be for a relationship with an associate at work. Um, I think it's going to be different boundaries versus someone who's in my family versus someone who is in my close peership. Um, versus someone I have no relationship with. So yeah, absolutely. Um,
when you
I-
say my kids though, what if you got stepkids? Do you call your stepkids your
my kids,
kids?
my kids.
Yeah, I like that.
If you're in my house and I'm feeding you my kids,
I
you know
agree.
what I mean.
Yeah,
If they my sister's boyfriend kids, then they my nieces and nephews.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. I agree with that 100%.
And also don't bring your kids in my house if they can't be disciplined by other adults.
You that's a
Now we ain't gonna
motherfucking fact. Oh
we
man,
we
what's that?
we
My bad.
we 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 don't believe in child abuse in no way, shape, or manner.
Yeah,
So when I say discipline, I do mean something constructive. So if another adult cannot say something constructive to your child, please do not bring him to my residence
I
because
agree.
because in my residence, adults are adults and children are children.
And we got rules over here. We
I
got
got a
rules.
question. Is putting kids in the corner still allowed?
Absolutely, that's what I do. I have girls, so you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I don't. Your first tactic with women is not to spank them. You know what I mean. And I'm the dad.
Yes.
I work on the road. I'm not home a lot, so you know what I'm saying. They solely with their mothers. So when I am home with them and they do and they act out, of course my first thing is not want to do is strike them. That's not the memories I want them to have with dad for 72 hours. You know what I mean. So. Um, yeah, time out, fucking corners with your hands up, fucking squat, nose in the corner, all type of shit.
I did the squat on the
Hand,
wall
hand,
with your
hand,
back on the wall. Yeah,
hands out straight, hold them up. Yeah, play
yeah,
with it.
I did that.
Yeah, I can hurt you without putting hands on you
That's actually gonna hurt worse.
now. No bruises. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bruise that ego. Exactly.
Hmm.
You think you cool, so daddy get on your butt. You see, and
My
I'm super
homeboy just
relaxed.
smoked his son. He just smoked his son.
It,
So I'm
it,
talking about he just boo boo crying, boy. That joint getting raised up now.
Yeah, and with my children, man, I'm super relaxed. You know what I mean? I let kids be kids for the most part until they get out of hand. You know what I mean? If y'all not fighting each other and saying ugly things to each other, you know what I mean? I'm letting you be people. I'm letting you be little people. You know what I mean? I'm letting you have your little inquisitive minds and and intrusive thoughts. Um, just don't go too crazy. You know what I mean? I'm letting you have your own little personalities. You know what I mean? Because I think that helps them uh, adapt to society a little better. You know what I mean? They're not so shell shocked. You know what I mean? Um, not so sheltered, if you will. So we promote you know what I mean optimistic lifestyle, but your ass gonna listen. It's gonna be some discipline over here also. So yes, those are the type of boundaries that is set over here.
Hey,
So
I promote my girls throwing on the gloves. I promote that.
what do you,
Hey, that's how you
right,
learn how to fight. Hey,
right, right.
y'all gonna learn in this house because ain't nobody about to beat y'all ass. And if one fight,
No,
y'all all better
yeah,
fight.
better all fight. Um, I'm sorry. I don't believe in violence. I tell my kids that they better not start no fights. We don't believe. I don't believe in my
Yeah,
kids being bullies in no way, shape, or form. But I will tell other parents that is listening live that my daughters have permission from their father that if someone put their hands on them to knock them the snot out, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell them, You make sure that they don't ever want to put their hands on no one else. You make them learn today. And I tell my daughters, there's five of them. If y'all ever are anywhere and someone tries to fight one of you, you let them learn real quick that they have to fight all five of you every time.
Yeah.
And if I ever hear about y'all watching y'all sister fight when y'all was there and your sister got beat up, oh, oh yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a problem because we don't have those things. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I tell my daughters that all they have is each other. You know what I mean? So I teach them that from a young age. You know, my daughters are by separate women, but I make them grow up together. You know what I mean? So that it ain't no halves, no steps, none of that shit. Y'all sisters.
Yeah.
Y'all.
I also recommend if they're a problem, signing them up for MMA or karate, and you signing up in well, and then you can fight legally.
I like that. I like that.
Might make that man fight, man.
Oh
Might do
snap!
that.
Oh snap! Maybe I might have to do that for my son because I can already tell he's going to be, give me a run for my money. Um, Let me ask you guys, what do y'all think of some misconceptions about boundaries and setting them? What do you think some people have? Is feel like oh, you're too uppity or you're too good when you're the type of person who have boundaries and you set boundaries for your life.
I feel like some people, on the relationship aspect, some people try to say, "Oh, you're controlling." You know what I'm saying? Or you're not trying to allow a woman to be a woman, or like you just said, they feel like, oh, you too good to hang out with us no more, and it's okay for you to feel like that, because it's a misconception on your end as well. Just because I'm not agreeing to sit here and hang out with you guys all day on the block and drink 40s or whatever the fuck y'all do out there. That doesn't mean I think I'm better than you. I just elevated from that spot because I was once standing right here beside you. You know what I'm saying? So with those misconceptions and stuff, my thoughts on those, I pay them shit no attention. I pay them no attention unless it's coming from someone I've set the boundaries with. You know, whether it be my children, like if one of y'all, you know what I'm saying, like with them, so you know what I'm saying. Then I open, you know what I'm saying, I shut my mouth, open my eyes, and really open my ears, and I hear it out. You know what I'm saying. I listen before I react or try to stand on what I feel because sometimes my boundaries may be a little outrageous to somebody else or may not be what somebody else agrees with or what they feel should be going on.
I agree with that. But with that being said, like sometimes my boundaries are a little outrageous to other people. But then you gotta tell these motherfuckers walking around in my shoes because you ain't been where I've been, and I set these boundaries for a fucking reason. So I 100% agree with that. These boundaries are set for a reason. Not
Yeah,
just out here. I'm not just out here just thinking of boundaries to set. Like,
yeah, facts. That's facts though.
so yeah, like it might be outrageous to you, but to me, this shit's simple. It's a simple boundary. And then you get out of bounds, there's a foul on the play. Like,
Okay.
like Marshall said, hey, there's a foul on the play. You get out of bounds, you get out the boundaries. Hey, so yeah, but yeah, you got to walk a mile in my shoes to understand why I set these boundaries. That's
I
yeah,
like that. I
Exactly.
like that. Walk a
hmm
mile in my shoes to understand why I'm like this, why
yeah.
I have these boundaries. You
Honestly,
know what I mean? Don't be so quick to judge me, you know what I mean? By
without
what you,
understanding.
but without understanding. You know what I mean? Come get some understanding. What SWV say, or was it SWV or was it Escape? That what I need from you is
What
understanding. Which
I
one is
need
that?
from
That's it.
you is
That's it.
understanding. I think that was that 702 or was
I don't
that
think it's
I don't
72.
know.
I think it's either it's. I want to say it's Escape or SWV. It's one of
Oh,
them
it's
two.
escape. It's escape. It's escape. It's escape.
Uh,
Is
all right,
escape
so
is
we
who with I'm listening. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. We gotta
all
go.
right. We got 15 minutes. We're gonna do two
Yeah.
words of word association for everybody. Um,
Okay.
And for people who don't know, the word association is where we all go around in a circle and we're going to say the first thing that comes to our mind when we hear these words. Um, and I will be last. Matt Hatter, Marshall will be first. It'll go Matt Hatter, BU, Kunta, Montana, Cobain, and then myself. And then we go to the next word. We have two words tonight. The first word is meaningful moments. When you hear the phrase meaningful moments, what does that mean to you?
Lasting memories.
Too easy. Lasting memories. I love it. BU.
Meaningful moments. Happiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
Happiness. I love it.
Yeah, I think happiness is like because and then that's to piggyback off Marshall. That happiness brings lasting moments, and then
Lasting moments.
it's memories.
Yeah, core
So
memories. I like that. Kunta,
Cherish.
you said I ain't hear you, brother.
salute.
Cherish.
Cherish, like
Yeah.
cherishable moments.
Yeah.
Meaningful moments mean cheerfulness, like something you cherish. I love it. Montana, what we got, brother?
Something that you could take with you forever. Like something that you could take to the grave. Like something
Mm,
if your granddaddy had a catchphrase, you know what I'm saying? Then it's something you can take with you forever, and you can pass it on. You can tell somebody else. That's what I think
right,
of that.
right. I love that. For me, meaningful moments would be something impactful. Something that impact my life in a major way, so in a huge way. That would be a meaningful moment to me. Next word, emotional wellness. Emotional wellness. What you got for me, Matt?
Inside feelings of well being. Internal
Inside feeling.
feelings of well being.
Uh,
Yes.
I got emotional wellness. Something I got to work on actually. So I get emotional, and then sometimes I can get outrageous and everything. But it's. I think I said this earlier. It's being self-aware, and you got it. It's control. I like that word better.
Yeah.
Control. I like control. Being able to control yourself.
I would have to say tied in with emotional intelligence.
Mm, yes.
Okay.
Oh damn, my bad. I was on mute. I was supposed to come here after Kunta. Emotional wellness. Shit. That's a good ass word. Shit. Emotional wellness. When I hear that word, when somebody that's able to keep it together, even when the kitchen is boiling hot.
I
Yeah, that's my
respect
favorite
that.
word. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's able to hold it together, even though the kitchen is boiling hot.
I like that. I like that. I think emotional wellness is just the ability to maintain your emotions, to cope with stresses, and to do it with an even balance. To me, that's emotional wellness. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
be able to express it, articulate it, to be able to manage it, and to be able to cope with stresses in a delicate way. I believe that's emotional wellness.
Okay. I
Um,
like that.
yes, sir. Um, we closing to the end of the night. Everybody, give me a closing statement for the people. What you got for the people, man? Heather? Even if it's just a good night. Everybody have a good night. Be safe.
Intuition is a primal instinct.
Mm, Intuition is a primal instinct. I love it. What you got from BU?
All right, I'm gonna tell you like I tell my employees. Hey, if all of us do a little bit of something different as a core group, nobody has to do a lot. That's
Ooh.
and that just I can relate that to the podcast. All of us do something different, so
Mm.
nobody has to do a lot, like too much. It's not too much to handle on certain people's plate. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yes, sir. I love that. Love that, man. What you got from a Kunta? What you got for the people?
Enjoy
Closing statements for the people, man.
enjoy life in all its endeavors.
I like that. Hey, Kunta. Hey, before you go to my channel, hey, I'm proud of your growth. By the way, I want to say that live. Proud of your growth.
Thank
Facts.
you, thank you.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't
I'm
talking
proud of
no.
I'm proud of all of you gentlemen here, man.
Yeah, I'm proud of all of us too. But yeah, Kodak came a long way, boy. I'm proud of him. Yeah, yeah.
You should not talk like
It's,
that. Man, this is all
it's
I know,
always
Montana. It's been a minute, my
I know,
boy.
right? It's been a while.
And y'all probably right around the corner from each other.
I know.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
you gonna have to let me know when you back in town.
Good night. And tomorrow,
Okay,
all weekend. Matter of fact, I'm cooking out Sunday for my wife's birthday, man. You should come by.
okay.
Um, my words for the people. I got two sayings here. Excuses are tools of the incompetent used by the weak that build bridges
Mm.
that lead to nowhere and seldom amount to anything and have no place in this world.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
my second thing would be
I like that.
I'd rather take a little bit a lot of times than a large amount just one time.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
I like that.
I like that. God damn it, I like that.
Small
I
growth
like that.
is growth.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Slow motion is better than no motion,
Yeah.
baby. I mean, it's been a pleasure to have you gentlemen on tonight, man. As always, baby, we appreciate all the listeners, all the followers. Like always, baby, please like and subscribe, hit that bell, tell a friend to join on in. We go live on Mondays, Thursdays, and Sunday Eastern time at 9 o'clock, baby. Yes, you can check your boys, man. Mr. Sexual and BU. We always have Mad Hatter Marshall in the house, and we always have a few guests, man. We always like to bring awareness of and showcase people that's making an impact in the world to bring a change in the world. We like to highlight artists because this is art for change, but we're bringing people that's making an impact in all different aspects of the world because everything can be viewed as art. So without without further ado, I'm gonna get on out of here, baby. Peace and love, baby. Art for change.
All
And
y'all do is be you.
Yeah.
Good show. Good show. I like that.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.